Everybody, welcome back. In this video, we are talking where's Kitty? What's up with Kitty? Why have we not heard anything from Kitty? There is some news on that front. And what about compensation? Are we getting any? What do you expect? We'll talk about that. And are you familiar with who this is? This is Shroud. Bigger YouTuber, streamer, gamer, was actually playing and streaming Marvel Snap. Shout out to Justified about bringing this up. I started watching and we wondered, what's going on here? Is this someone who actually plays? Is this just a sponsored stream? Which, full disclosure, 100% sponsored. So I started watching. Seems like he knows how to play. He was moving around everything pretty quickly, showing off some of his variants here. Towards the end of this, he definitely said, hey, you know what? I love this game. I wanted to play. I was hoping to grab a sponsorship or something along those lines. So he's going to be doing a sponsorship all week. I really want to know, is this going to help Marvel Snap get some more attention? Clearly, he's playing on Steam. I mean, again, just by how I could tell he was moving around the screen, it seemed like he played quite a bit, but you can see right here, his ranking 17, but his collection level 7,300. So my guess is he's hit or miss on when he plays. He might play a bunch, not really care about going up higher, not really care about building up his rank to get into infinite. But when I was listening, did seem to know a bit about the game. And just, again, the way the mannerisms are, if you're not familiar with who he is, Twitch about 10.5 million followers, YouTube 6.79 million subscribers, Twitter, what's he got here? 1.9 million followers. So it's pretty impressive. We'll see if this is something that's going to be coming around more often. Again, I certainly want more and more publicity for the game. It's a very popular game. I'm a small streamer, YouTuber, all that type of thing, but I do love it. I do want to grow my channel. I want to grow the game as much as possible. So hopefully something like this can help get even more publicity to the game. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it is just a sponsorship. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below as far as what this might be. Is it simply a sponsorship? Again, if you haven't checked out the stream, you watch it for yourself. See what you think. All right, so now let's talk about what we got with Kitty. Somebody specifically asked in the Discord, this was a few days ago now, I saw this and I dig it. And again, shout out to the Marvel Snap News, specifically at Marvel Snap Bugle. This is a fantastic Twitter feed. They do a really good job at tracking what's out there, what the specific developers say, and getting it out on Twitter. I really, really like this feed. I highly recommend the follow. So somebody specifically asked, what's going on with Kitty? You know, basically, we want some refunds. If we knew it was going to cost 3,000 tokens when she returned, I would have never spent 6 up front. The quick and dirty of what they said is quick and dirty. We will make an announcement about Kitty next week, which is basically, by the time this video comes out, is this week. So I don't know if it's going to be Monday. I don't know if it's gonna be Tuesday. It could be Friday. Who knows? It's this week. We've got the patch dropping Tuesday. I could also see them waiting until after the patch as far as what the news is going to be. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about compensation and what you think, because there's a few different ways to look at this. Is one, the people who bought Kitty. All right, that's one bucket. What are you going to do with those people? And then the second bucket is people who got affected by Kitty while they were playing. Like they didn't have Kitty, but they were playing and they were locked out for 40 minutes, an hour, whatever it might have been, because that did happen to people. And then there's a technically third bucket, and that's everybody else. Somebody who never was affected by Kitty, didn't buy Kitty, did no effects whatsoever, and are just sitting there going, hey, Kitty's out of here. What's the big deal? How are you going to address those three people? Are you going to treat them all equally? Are you going to go find out which ones are which and treat them all separately? That's really what it comes down to. One, I think the people who bought Kitty definitely need to get at minimum 3,000 tokens back at minimum. Now, if that's for everybody, okay, I could see those people being a little upset. So maybe that means they get 6,000 tokens back. But that means you've got to specifically dedicate that group. And as someone who's sort of in the second group, I never got kicked out for a long period of time, but I'm between the second and third. So maybe it's, I don't know, 3.5 groups, whatever. But that first group who bought Kitty, and I know there's no refunds in this game, and this is where it gets sticky, is you might want to consider something special for them, because I don't look at this as a refund and I don't look at this as a nerf. This is a situation where they had a card in game. People bought it and it wasn't a nerf. They didn't come in and change it, because at this point we can kind of expect that it was straight up broken. And so therefore they couldn't do anything with it. They spent those 6,000 tokens and couldn't use the card. Whereas if they changed Kitty to a 2 power or 2 cost and had the same ability, that's a little different. I get no refunds or something there. So what are these guys going to say this week? What are they going to bring up? They've got that group that they've got to address. And if you give everybody 3,000 tokens, that first group, I think, being really mad, and given the fact that the people who bought that are likely your whales and the supporters of the game, I would not recommend that for second dinner. I would try to find a way to give those people who actually bought Kitty Pryde something more than everybody else, if possible. Giving everybody else, or refund anybody who bought Kitty Pryde, refund tokens, and then give everybody Kitty Pryde. That's a win-win right there. All right, so then you've got those people, right? That's really all you can do is you can refund their tokens and maybe give everybody Kitty Pryde, or you could also refund 3,000. If you refund everybody 3,000 tokens, you've got to do something extra special for that group that bought it, because then they're going to feel gypped, because Kitty Pryde's about to drop anyway and cost 3,000 tokens. So they're going to feel like they spent 3,000 tokens for nothing and didn't get to play the card other than what, a couple days. So I don't think they can do that. I don't think that's the right answer. The other things you can start looking at is some credits. I don't think that's going to move it. You could look at some gold. I think a number of gold could actually maybe help, but how much gold are you going to give somebody to make up for, again, 3,000 tokens? So to me, I think you just got to go straight up to the tokens. I think you've got to reward those people who bought Kitty with that 3,000 tokens. And if you give it to everybody, again, you're going to get people who paid upset. So second dinner, think about that. If you ignore everything, I don't think people are going to be very happy with that as well. And I think, again, most of the people are going to be upset are those ones who spent. These other two groups who are affected, like, yes, it's annoying, but the truth is okay, I couldn't play the game for an hour. All right. Now, if it was right before getting Infinite or before I was going to take a trip and not going to be able to play again, I get people upset. So there's a million different ways I think they could look at this. At one point, I actually had a little mini poll on Twitter. I don't have a lot of followers, so it was minimal votes. I think it was maybe 10 or something like that. And I was looking at credits, tokens, and gold, and it seemed like most people thought tokens. I just hope whatever they do this week, that it is something that helps the community be happy about it. My understanding is something they had happen early on. They made pretty good with whatever that mistake was, so my hope is that they do that same thing here. I think based on watching that hour-long video, which if you haven't checked it out, I'll do a summation of that at some point. Real brief, but it's a pretty cool video about how they made the game. I think that they're going to do us right here. What do you think? Am I way off base? Am I putting too much faith in a mobile game company? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm getting fooled again by another company, but these folks seem to be a little bit more personable, a little bit more down to earth, just really wanting to make a good experience for a game. And they seem to have some good business tactics based on the fact that they're looking at a guy like this, at least promoting the game. So I can't blame them for that. It seems to be a smart move. So what's going to happen with Kitty? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Just wanted to do a real quick video on this and mention the Shroud thing. Keep an eye out for him this week. Let me know. He's going to be doing more and more of these sponsorships. Hopefully we get more people playing the game. I mean, I'm just trying to push 1,000 subscribers, so I know this video is probably not super helpful. It was more of a commentary type video, but check out some of my other videos, and if they've been very helpful, think about hammering down the like button and helping me push to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Very much appreciate it. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.